made me sad to read the honor roll. All were gallant men, and we will never let them down. Never. A quote from a letter written by Roy Pierce, a graduate of the class of 1941, displayed in the Tiger on April 7, 1944. This inspiring statement was referring to the Scroll of Honor, what was then a portable frame with the names of those Clemson alumni who had made the ultimate sacrifice, given their lives in service to their country. Today, the Scroll of Honor is a permanent memorial situated right across from Memorial Stadium. This remarkable structure bears hundreds of stones, the majority of which are inscribed with the name of a fallen hero. Attached to this sacred ground is Memorial Park, which possesses a walkway that poses several questions meant to challenge the visitor to consider many difficult questions. What will you commit to? What will you leave? What will you give to? What do you believe? Who will you respect? Who will you fight for? Who will you protect? What will you give a life for? But none are more important than the last. How will you serve? All of those whose names are inscribed on the Scroll of Honor answered that question in the same manner. They chose to serve their country and fight for her freedoms enjoyed by millions on a daily basis. To quote retired U.S. Army Colonel Danny Rhodes, the co-chairman of the Memorial Park and Scroll of Honor, "There is no better example of service and sacrifice than the 485 Clemson alumni who are included on the Scroll of Honor for having made the ultimate sacrifice, their lives, in service to our country." Today, that number has risen to 489 Clemson alumni, and it is our duty as well as our privilege to ensure that they won't ever be forgotten. If that were to ever happen, we would not be holding true to the words of Roy Pierce. We would fail to honor those who have given so much to us. Thousands of people visit the Scroll of Honor and Memorial Park each year, and surely some admire its purpose, but most are unaware of the true reason behind the sacred memorial. They see the names carved in the stone, but that's all they see. Names carved in a stone, and there's so much more than that. Each name on the scroll represents a real person, a son, perhaps a husband, a father, or a brother, each with a unique story. Harold M. Renwick Jr., for example, a captain in the U.S. Army after graduating from the class of 1963, Harold Renwick was killed in action in Vietnam on February 27, 1968, leaving behind a wife and a baby daughter. That small amount of information barely covers a fraction of this hero's story, and his is just one among 489 stories of those incredible men, all of whom lost their lives for ours. As if that weren't enough, their families sacrificed as well, as they then had to carry on without them. But these stories do not need to be told so as to make the visitors to the Scroll of Honor emotionally upset. They need to be told so that visitors can realize and understand the price of their freedom, which has never been and won't ever be free. To honor these men to the degree that they deserve, it is our duty to make this evident to every single visitor at the Scroll of Honor. To make each visitor see, beyond the name on the stone, to the actual person who once lived and breathed and died so that they may live and breathe. But it doesn't stop there. We honor those who lived and breathed and died because they didn't just live and breathe. They lived and served and died serving for our ability to choose how we will live, how we will serve. We need to honor the sacrifices of these great men by looking beyond the stone, but also by continuing their legacy of service. Then, and only then, will we be able to live up to the words of Roy Pierce and never let them down. Never.